Hey everybody, today I want to do a quick video on some swing state polling we've got from Emerson. This is going to be new head-to-head data between Harris and Trump, and as I've said the past several days, I'm still trying to recover my voice, so apologies if I sound off. So this data was taken between July 22nd and the 23rd, and the sample size is between 800 and 850, and this time we've got 5 states as opposed to the usual 6 or 7. The headline is Harris trails Trump in Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, and Pennsylvania, tied in Wisconsin. So let's get down into the table. So in Arizona, we're looking at a 5-point advantage for Trump, 49 to 44. In Georgia, that's closer. It's a 2-point lead for Trump, 48 to 46. Michigan, it's 1 point ahead for Trump, 46 to 45. In Pennsylvania, Trump leads by 2, 48 to 46. And Wisconsin is all tied up at 47. The undecideds range from 5 to 9%. So this is some of the first comprehensive swing state polling we've gotten since Biden dropped out. Now, as I've been saying, since so much has been changing on both sides this past month, it's going to be ideal to wait at least a few weeks and then take a look at some of these polls once the campaigns really get into full swing. So as we've also been seeing, Harris's support is a little bit above Biden's. In Arizona, Biden was at 40, Harris is up to 44. In Georgia, Biden was at 41, Harris is at 46. Michigan, Biden was at 42, Harris is at 45. Pennsylvania, Biden was at 43, Harris is at 46. And in Wisconsin, Biden was at 43, Harris is up to 47. So that's a clear improvement for Harris over Biden. There's no denying that. But the caveat here is that Biden was at his absolute lowest point before that. Half of his own party was calling for him to drop out. So you pretty much could have brought in anybody other than Biden, and I would have expected at least a small bounce over what he was getting. It says Harris has recovered a portion of the vote for the Democrats on the presidential ticket since the fallout after the June 27th debate. It's hard to believe that was only about 1 month ago. At this point, it feels like it was 5 or 6 months ago. And then it says Harris's numbers now reflect similar support levels to those of Biden back in March. So maybe Harris gains momentum, she starts leading nationally, and then it trickles down into all the swing states. Or maybe she stalls out and Trump continues leading in the polls. It says young voters have shifted toward Harris. Her support compared to Biden increased by 16 points in Arizona, 8 in Georgia, 5 in Michigan, 11 in Pennsylvania, and 1 in Wisconsin since earlier polling this month. Regarding Harris's selection of her running mate, a plurality of Arizona voters prefer Senator Mark Kelly, 36%. 27% of Michigan voters prefer Gretchen Whitmer. 40% of Pennsylvania voters support Josh Shapiro, while 14% of Wisconsin voters support Bernie Sanders and 12% Pete Buttigieg. So all the states there except for Wisconsin are preferring somebody from their own state to be the VP. Except Wisconsin, they're going off and doing their own thing with Bernie and Pete Buttigieg. And the next part isolates it just to Democrats. It's pretty much the same story. And again, Wisconsin still doing its own thing where nobody has more than 20%. It says a majority of Democratic voters in each state think Harris should be nominated at the Democratic National Convention this August. And in Arizona, that number is 85. In Georgia, it's 82. Michigan, 77. Pennsylvania, 76. And Wisconsin, it's at 80. So it looks like with Democrats, it's overwhelming that after Biden stepped aside, Harris should take his place. It's too bad we pretty much just wrapped up the actual primaries. I think a lot of us are wondering how Biden would have done in a Democratic primary debate late last year. It seems like a lot of this could have just been fleshed out right then and there. They could have avoided this huge mess without having an actual serious primary. We wouldn't have had to keep hearing how he's sharp as a tack, etc. But this is where we're at. Democrats looking to regroup, and it looks like they're going all in on Harris. Now let's talk about the U.S. Senate races. For a long time now, we've been seeing Biden running well ahead of Senate Democrats. In Arizona, we've got Ruben Gallego leading Kari Lake by 4, 46 to 42. In Michigan, Alyssa Slotkin is leading Mike Rogers also by 4 points, 45 to 41. Pennsylvania, Bob Casey leads David McCormick by 4 again, 48 to 44. And in Wisconsin, Tammy Baldwin is leading Eric Hovde by 6, 49 to 43. So it looks like Democrats are maintaining a small but clear lead with their candidates for the Senate. It's certainly close enough to where they could be in danger as we get closer to the election. Now, what about Harris's favorability? In Arizona, it's 45 favorable, 53 unfavorable. Georgia, 47 favorable, 51 unfavorable. Michigan, 47 favorable, 50 unfavorable. Pennsylvania, 47 favorable, 51 unfavorable. And Wisconsin, 49 favorable, 50 unfavorable. So still underwater in every state. The question is there going to be a honeymoon period? And if so, how long is it going to last? We've seen a ton of action the past couple of months, ever since Trump's conviction, Biden's debate performance, Trump's assassination attempt. And with all that, the needle seems to move very, very little, maybe only 1 or 2 points. So now that Biden is out and Harris is in, is that going to significantly change the trajectory of this race? I would not think so, but I would at least expect Democrats to be excited in the short term. They've had basically nothing to be excited about, so for now they're going to be rejuvenated. Now we've got Trump's favorability, and it's also not great. In Arizona, it's 49 favorable, 51 unfavorable. In Georgia, 49 favorable, 50 unfavorable. Michigan, 48 favorable, 51 unfavorable. Pennsylvania, 46 favorable, 53 unfavorable. In Wisconsin, 47 favorable, 53 unfavorable. And then Biden's approval rating, it doesn't really matter at this point. It ranges from 35 to 40% approve and 50 to 57% disapprove. And how about some governor's ratings? In Arizona, we've got Katie Hobbs, 37 approve, 42 disapprove. Brian Kemp in Georgia is very positive, 49 approve, only 29 disapprove. Gretchen Whitmer in Michigan, 49 approve, 42 disapprove. Josh Shapiro looking good there, 49 approve, 31 disapprove. And Tony Evers in Wisconsin, he's at an even 44 approve and disapprove. So again, of that list, Josh Shapiro probably looking like the best candidate for a running mate selection for Harris. Next, they break it down by gender. In Arizona, Trump is up 13, 54 to 41. In Georgia, he's up 10, 52 to 42. Michigan, he's up 16, 54 to 38. Pennsylvania, he's up 15, 55 to 40. And Wisconsin, he's up 13, 54 to 41. Now, what about Harris with women voters? That's going to be her strength. In Arizona, she's up only 1 point, 46 to 45. In Georgia, she's up 4, 48 to 44. Michigan, she's up 12, 52 to 40. Pennsylvania up 9, 51 to 42. And in Wisconsin, she leads 12, 54 to 42. So that's where we're at on the gender divide. And finally, we've got the top issues here. In Arizona, the top issue is immigration at 30%, then economy at 25. Now, the other 4 states have economy at number 1. Then Georgia and Michigan have immigration. Pennsylvania and Wisconsin have threats to democracy. So the economy and immigration have been Trump's 1 or 2 best issues this entire campaign. Threats to democracy is a little bit more vague, but that might benefit Harris. There's still a few months left. Things could change. We don't know how strong of a candidate Harris is going to be to the broader electorate. The liberal establishment is enthusiastic right now, but is that going to spill over into independents, suburban voters, working class voters, and those that are concerned about rising costs? We're going to follow it. We're going to see what happens, but let me know in the comments, what do you think about this poll? What kind of a boost do you think Harris has gotten since Biden stepped aside? Which state do you think is going to be the closest, and how do you think it's going to change over the next month? Let me know down below on your way out. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Join if you'd like to support the channel. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.